Hi everyone, hopefully this video turns out. I'm trying my webcam once again, so we will see how it goes. I am going to be using my Winsor and Newton paint, and yesterday and over the weekend we are having the Borealis, if I can say it right, basically the Northern Lights. So what we are going to do is we're going to paint an actual painting of the Northern Lights. I live in Northwest Ohio, and
I didn't get that.
This was the picture I had took. So we are going to be painting something similar-ish to this for something different. I was feeling really inspired. So the first thing I want to do is I want to do what on what. And I am using my boahong cold pressed paper, and I'm not sure of the colors. I normally do a little color swatch, so things are going to be slightly different today. And then I think starting next week, we are going to be doing a sketchbook series where during the next few months, just whatever inspires us in our sketchbooks. I will be getting ready for a art market, and so I will be doing some things for that on here. And I think we will have just a lot of fun. If this programming goes right, then hopefully I can do more with maybe having an image in the corner and all that fancy dancy stuff. But we're going to begin with a pink color, and I'm almost positive this is like permanent alizarin crimson. But if you have any type of opera, magenta preferably, because this is a little pink, so I'm going to add just a tiny little bit of this ultramarine blue. And you guys, I will see how this speaker goes. Like I said, this is all new technology for me, so we will absolutely see how it goes. But you can see the mix here. Basically, we want like a mauve color. And this is not going to be perfect. To the picture. Just trying to get somewhat of a similar-ish, but not quite the same. And so I want a brighter color of green. Because this is a little bit, but I think I almost want like a viridian. And I think that's perline. So give me a second, guys. I'm just going to take a little bit of my phthalo green over here. And I believe it's this one. Yeah. So let me get this, because this is, yeah, that's what I needed. There's just sometimes you just need something a little different than what you have. And we're going to do this, we're doing this wet on wet. And hopefully things are starting to dry up, so I need to move a little bit quicker. But we want to get that green in, so. Okay, and then I want a pretty dark. I don't know what color. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then taking some of this Indothrone If you don't have Endothrone, indigo or a Payne's Gray would be a really good choice as well. No, actually that's the Perline, but that's okay because we're going to take some of this black. But if you guys have a Payne's Gray or an indigo, that would also really work. But I'm going to take some of this ultramarine blue, and we just kind of, there we go, because we want to make it really dark. And then just filling this in. Because we want it to be pretty dark. And then my paper is dry here, so I'm just going to go ahead and wet it once again. And then for this, you are going to use a additional squirt bottle because we are going to want to play with some of this. So, and then also the other thing we may use is a little bit of gouache. So this is on a block, which means it is glued down on all four sides but a little piece. And then I'm going to take some more of this magenta color and putting it in because we want it to be pretty bright. Like, that's the thing, because the colors are so bright and vibrant. And then we are also going to use our P.H. Martin's bleed proof white. So taking some more of this Phthalo color here, and I'm just gonna dip my brush right into it. Put that over there because, like I said, we want strong amounts of this color. And then we're gonna just go on and take this on down. But in Ohio last night, we had a lot of the pinks and green colors. And this is the first time ever I have gotten to see the Northern Lights. So it was so magical. There's a couple other YouTubers that I watch. One being Cecilia Bloomdahl. She's from Svalbard, up by the North Pole, and she will have the videos sometimes, and wow, it is so magical. And you guys can do this. There's many ways. I'm just trying to do what I seen, per se. Kind of just having fun with it. And trying to get my darks as possible, because when we do our stars, we basically want to put the stars on the darkest part, because that's how it was last night. I'm really liking how this is looking. Okay, we're going to go ahead and this needs to dry. And then we will see if we need to add anything more. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to mute this so then I can actually dry it. Okay, so now that I got it unmuted, we got our softer colors. So now we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to make our darker mix once again. I want to take a little bit of this ultramarine blue. I'm going to add just a touch of this dioxide purple. Get that in there. And then I am going to take a little bit more of this Mars Black. And so what we're going to do, I want to make sure I have enough. So taking a little bit more of that Mars Black, a bit more of this ultramarine. So as you can see, we got a good mix here. And what we're going to do is I want to go ahead and get this a bit darker. And you're going to see what here pretty soon how we soften these edges. And you're going to see how with the watercolor getting that real good. Now, I want to take some more of this pinkish color, mixing it with a little bit of that purple. You can use ultramarine, getting that mauvey color a little bit more because we want it a little bit on the pinkier side. A little bit more purple. go ahead and making that mix. And then I want to take some more of this green. And filling it in. Because I don't want the bottom to be too dark, because that's where we're going to put the land. Okay, so you see what we have here, and everything is darker. So now I'm going to move palette out of the way a little bit, and this is going to make a mess, so you may want to get a paper towel ready. I want to make sure I'm still on the screen. And we're just going to wet this. Because what we're going to want to do is I want to soften these edges. Tip in. Maybe add in a little bit more. Just really getting it to flow. I want to add some more of that pink. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and you can turn it in different directions on how you want it. And then when you feel like you have it, you can just go ahead and lay it flat. And I don't like this space here, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of work it out. Even though in the picture is that way, but that's okay. So once again, I'm going to mute this, and then I'm going to dry it, and then we will go ahead, and at that point, we will be putting in our landscape. Okay, it's dried enough. So now what we're going to do before we put the city in is I want to use a little bit of this P.H. Martin's white. So I'm just going to take some here. I want to make sure it's pretty white. And then I'm going to take my paintbrush and making sure it's pretty white. And then trying not to go crazy because you will get it all over. So we got some, but I'm going to go ahead and just those two big blobs. So we got our little stars. I want to get a little bit more there. You want to try to get it in the darker areas because that's where you'll be. And then towards the bottom, I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that up. Let's get a little bit of stars up there. Okay, I really like how that looks. I'm getting this all cleaned up. Okay. And then, so now we're going to move on to our bottom. I just wanted to make sure my brush runs pretty good. I don't want Dr. Martin's pH hardening it. So now we're going to go ahead and do our base, our bottom, and we're just going to take some plain solid Mars black. Let me close this, guys. Getting ahead of myself. Okay. So taking this, okay, and then we're just gonna go ahead and put a swoop. It don't have to be kind of even. I want to see how my city is once again. Okay. So we're just kind of making it kind of round. Little bump there. And I am using my silver black velvet, and it's in a size 4. I really like how it glazes. It works really nice. But I think since I'm done with the top, then for the bottom, and then what we're going to do is once this dries, we're going to put in some like city lights and all that to make it to make it look like the city. And there's some lights on. And for that, we're going to use a little bit of gouache. Okay, so we have the darkness of the city, and you want it pretty dark, so you're going to use a cream consistency, which is basically barely any water, just enough to spread it, because I want it to be a dark mix, because it was the everything was just so dark everywhere else. Okay. And once again, guys, we are going to be we're going to go ahead and dry this. Hopefully I didn't turn the volume down, so hope you guys, it's not too loud for you. And then after this, we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of gouache to finish this. So once we get this all dried, we'll be able to add the gouache details of the light. And okay, so we got that done. I'm going to go ahead and grab my gouache palette. Now, I just find that using gouache is just going to be a lot easier. And I'm going to go ahead and, once again, I want to use my silver black velvet size 4 round. And I'm going to take some white gouache. And I'm just going to go ahead and pop it here. You guys won't be able to see it, but it's just plain white gouache. And so now I'm going to add the lights. So maybe put one here. A couple little ones here. But you just want to put them like here and there. A little bit bigger light here. And then taking some of this yellow. We had a little patch of the yellowish lights through here. And just kind of dabbing it. And maybe put one here. So just a little bit of lights to represent this city. And you might have maybe a little distant light up there. Maybe one over here. But basically that's all you want to do, is just add a little bit more lights to add a little bit of interest. Plus, cities have lights. So, okay, so we got a little light there. And then we're just going to do just a little here and there. So you guys, that'll be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Look, I'll probably have another one here in a few days, so give me a few days. But here is our northern lights. If you guys like what you see, make sure you hit the like and subscribe and share with your friends. And you guys have a blessed day. Bye, everyone.